Good morning, friends. Another weekend has gone past, and I would like to say thank you to those of you from last week's video who was helping us manifest a better week in sales. It's definitely helped. Weirdly enough, we have seen sales pick up this week and even over the weekend with 2 international sales, which is a bit odd, to be honest. Like, we get them every now and then, but to get 2 is pretty cool, especially with some of the items that have gone on to sell. I was surprised, very pleasantly, but surprised nonetheless. We have managed to get this week just over 1.1 in sales, which again is a lot lower than what we are hoping for. At this point, we were sort of starting to aim for 2K in sales each week, but as we've sort of now been discussing for the last couple of weeks, and thank you for everyone's opinions in the comments, definitely this financial crisis, cost of living, has slowed people's spending right down. And I mean, if you haven't seen already, petrol is flying in price. I mean, that's not even the right expression, but it is insane at the moment. A lot of petrol stations around us are actually running out of petrol on some days. So I understand that buying some fabulous secondhand goods is probably not high on the priority list. But nonetheless, we have 7 sales to take you through this weekend. So let's get to it from lowest to highest. And of course, you guys have guessed it, there's definitely some video games involved. Let's go. First up this week is a Game Boy Advance SimCity 2000 cartridge, tested and working. This one was accepted on an offer, and I think, actually, let me see, how many of our sales this week? That was an offer. I think that was an offer. Okay, so maybe only like 2 or 3 of our sales were actually on offer, which is good. I think this was one of the first ones to sell this weekend, and I've generally found that as soon as I start to get like one sale through, more start to trickle on through. And some of these things like this, I'm more than happy to take an offer on because we are already in the profit for the buy. This one came from our $100 box bundle that we got when we were away in Melbourne. And if you've watched our Whatnot shows, we do the rapid fire Game Boy Advance games. So I pulled out a few to try and sell on eBay to see where the profits were. And this one has gone on to sell for $25 plus $9.90 postage. Next up is a swan's hat. This actually, funnily enough, is the same as the hat that I think I've shown twice now at Gordon that I haven't picked up because this one hasn't sold. Now that this one's sold, I'll probably go and pick that one up if it's still there. But it is a corduroy Sydney Swans hat membership from 2025. So last year's membership. This one is second hand. So the one that we had sold previously was brand new with tags. This one has been worn but is still in absolutely excellent condition. This one has gone on to sell for $29.99 plus $9 postage. Definitely we see an uptick in this sort of sporting memorabilia, AFL in particular, when the AFL season is going on, but more so when a team is doing well. And I'm pretty sure the Swans are doing pretty well at the moment. So that definitely has helped this sale come through. But it's funny because like we got this back in October last year, and obviously it wasn't the AFL season then. So sometimes things you just got to hold on to for a bit longer for that seasonality to kick in where they're more likely going to sell it. Similar to some of the stuff over here that's Easter themed, and same with some of our Christmas stuff. You sort of just got to wait for that cycle to happen where people are re-engaged with the sport and are probably either like not super die-hard fans because they probably buy merch all year round, but those people who are sort of just jumping on the bandwagon because they want to go to a game with their friends or whatever's sort of happening there, or they're new to the sport, that's when these sorts of items definitely tend to pick up in sales. Ooh. Next up, guys, we have a kit. So we've sold a few of these kits in the past. They're definitely not fast sellers. So I think we buy them with caution. I think a few videos ago you would have seen me pick up, I can see it there, a brand new sealed, similar version to this, but different cover. Oh, PSA 1. But it is this Gundam style, I want to say anime, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's from a TV show. So that's why I'm going with anime. But it is essentially a kit that you, well, let's see if I can show you guys. You basically pop them out and build these figures. I don't know if you're supposed to paint them as well, kind of like the World of Warcraft stuff, but not World of Warcraft. What's the other one? The board game one. You guys know what I'm talking about. But these are not fast sellers, as I was saying. So we actually got this one back in June last year. So it's been sitting on our shelves for a little bit. We paid $6.50 for this, and it has finally got on to sell for $35.99, plus I did $13.20 postage just because the size is a bit bigger. I will keep picking these up because this is the kind of stuff that I do like putting in our store. It's very easy to list. It's new. I just take photos of the box, the inside, an easy listing done and dusted. Not fast sellers, but they do still tend to sell for us. So if I'm not spending more than like $6 or $7, I'm generally happy to pick these up. Okay, a new listing. Let me get this one out for you guys. Now this, I believe, is our last PS5 game that we had in stock. I bought this from the bundle that I got all of our boxed consoles from. Also came with some PS5 games, came with some PS4, Xbox 360 games as well. I think I only had 3 PS5 games, maybe 4. But anywho, they've all gone on to sell relatively quickly. Once I finally got around to testing them and listing them, they've lasted in our store. I think this one's been the longest for like 2 weeks. So that's really good for us. Quick turnaround. I've equated about $5 worth of spend to this item from the whole buyout, because we did spend $600 on the whole buyout, but I sort of roughly broke down like those would have cost more. The games are a bit less. That's just sort of roughly how I do it. But anywho, this one has gone on to sell for our full asking price. I actually did send out an offer. So again, guys, sometimes when I send out an offer, and I've mentioned this before, someone else will buy it for full price. I think it sends like a little bit of a nudge, being like, oh, it's getting hot, don't miss out. And that sometimes pushes people to buy. And that's what happened with this. I sent out an offer, and then like 10 minutes later it sold. So I was expecting to see it sell for the offered price, but actually full price of $49.99 plus postage. Okay, now we're getting into our 2 international sales. So I might just quickly do a little rotato potato over here so you guys can see. I don't know how well you can see my Mills and Boon. You can see our light box there that makes my face light up a little bit better. But we'll do it this way for a hot second because you were in the way. What has sold is bundle number 96. At least it's at the front this time. I swear every time I get these books, it's always at the back, bottom bundle. But it is this bundle. As you guys may recall, I did mention that I'm trying to get rid of these bundles. And weirdly, as soon as I said that, I think we've had 2 bundles or 3 bundles sell since I've done the Facebook listing. So maybe I should keep them. They're slow sellers, but they do sell. And it's going international, which is absolutely crazy to me. But this book bundle here of 16 books has gone on to sell for $32.29 plus $30 postage. I'm hoping that's correct. Let's see where that's going to. Going to the UK. So fingers crossed the person who's purchased this from the UK enjoys their Mills and Boon. I think I'll just double bubble mail it or something like that. Maybe put it in a box if I've got the box that's the right size. But that's a really easy one to ship off. It's just a real nice rectangular piece. But that is exciting to see that one going international, which is kind of crazy because these have been sitting on my shelf for ages as well, guys. Like, look how many I've still got. I've got so many, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's put you back over here so you don't have to see my mess all the time. That'll do. Then our second international is one that I was contemplating about doing an offer on. I'd only had it listed for 10 days. I sent a 5% off offer. They countered with significantly more off. I countered again for, I think it was around a 7% off offer. I don't know if I should have done that or if I should have held fast on either the full price or the 5% off, because I did obviously go off comps, but at the same time, I'm desperate for some sales, guys. I'm really here to try and increase the flow of some things, and something like this where, I mean, maybe the right buyer would have come for it, maybe not. I don't know how collectible it is, but that's okay. I'm not mad about accepting this sale, and let me go get it for you. It is an Atari complete in box with manual international edition tested and working Pitfall game. I originally had this listed for, I believe, $40 plus postage. We landed on $36.99, but it's also got $30 postage because it's international. Again, guys, I'm not entirely sure. Sometimes it costs more, sometimes it doesn't. I believe this one's going somewhere. Yeah, it's going to Spain. Going to Spain, guys. I mean, the box is in okay condition. It's not absolutely perfect, but still really cool. I don't think we've sent anything to Spain before. But again, this one I'll probably put in a box just because I know people are precious about the actual integrity of this box. So I'll put that in a box and then slap an international label sticker on it. And those two had bumped up to our higher than our $50 PS5 game because of the postage. That's just the way that eBay sorts it for me when I go highest to lowest. And now we're at our big kahuna. Now this one, guys, I have had, let me tell you, since our big gaming bundle buy. That was back in Feb last year. I know, crazy. It doesn't feel like that long ago, but the fact that I still have stuff sitting in my waiting to list pile because I haven't tested them yet or cleaned them, absolutely insane. That is very poor form from me. I should be more on top of it. And this is why. So let me just go yoink this one down because this sold within, I think, 2 days of it being listed. It's up there. Let me, oh, ow, I just kicked my toe. It is, oh, it went on for the full asking price as well, guys. Sega Mega Drive 2 in box, tested and working with controller, with Sonic. So this one, as I said, been sitting around since February. I did need my CRT TV to test it, but you might know that we've had that TV for a couple of months now and I just hadn't gotten around to doing it. But now I have. It's the same with my Sega CDs, which I know you guys are saying I need to list, and I do need to list. It's probably on the to-do list this week. I just need to clean them and get them up. But this one has gone out the door for our full asking price of $370 plus 25 postage. It is heavy, so that's why I did the 25 postage, and it's also a bit big. Again, I will bubble wrap this and probably try and find a box that I can fit into it, but this is absolutely a phenomenal sale. Definitely did save our sales for the week. Like, we weren't tracking for the 1,000 until this bad boy decided to be bought. I feel like I rapid fired that for you guys. So what I will do is give you an extra little treat of another buy that we did this weekend. We did travel an hour for it. I feel like it's an unassuming bundle, but it's worth a fair bit of money. So I'll go take you to go view this bundle. So Matt and I drove an hour just for some really nice boxes and a broken tub. Nah, I'm just kidding. If you have a cheeky little squiz in here, I'll pull it all out and show you what this unassuming gaming bundle buy looks like. First looks, guys, as you can tell, it's not absolutely huge, but you can probably guess why we bought this. Look at all of these complete in box with the protective case, which is absolutely insane. All of these SNES games. There are some heavy hitters in there, I believe. Oh, if I can lunge over it, Super Mario RPG is really good. I think Ren and Stimpy Venditos is. North and South is hard to find some comps on, but that seems to also be pretty good. Then also look at all of these complete in-box Game Boy Advance games. Absolutely insane. It did come with 2 consoles. The Game Boy doesn't have a back battery cover. The SNES is a bit dirty, but I don't think it comes with a power cord, but I've got plenty of those, so no biggie there. Randomly, 2 PlayStation 1 games. Then we also have a massive amount of 3DS and 3DS games. Got a few little cheeky manuals over there. Not only that, guys, GameCube. We never are able to find GameCube games these days, so that is absolutely crazy. Then all of our little cartridges down here. So this guy looked after his games. Everything is in pretty good condition. The only 2 things he flagged were these 2, so the yellow and the leaf green here, are fakes. They're the only 2 fakes in the bundle that he has told us so far, and from what I can see off the rest of it, that's pretty accurate. Then we've also got some N64 and some SNES loose cartridges. All of this, guys. Like, what the Michelson is this? Oh, sorry, didn't need to see my feet. But this is really cool. So all in all, for this bundle, well, let's see if I can do this right, so you can still see the bundle in the background. So for this whole bundle, we managed to get it down to $4,800. He had priced it at, I think it was around 8.3 of his asking price. He said to us, look, if you're looking to buy it all, I'm happy to do a heavy discount. And I was like, cool, what's the discount? Because sometimes some people say heavy discount and it's like $500, which obviously is not as heavy as we would like. And he said somewhere around the 5,000 mark. And I'm like, okay, would you do 480? And he's like, yeah, if you're gonna buy it all, done deal. So we drove all the way out there, picked all of this up. I'm really happy with it all. He also did ask us while we were there, would we be interested in buying out the rest of his gaming collection, which he values at probably like $40,000 to $50,000, which would be huge for us, absolutely huge. I said, definitely keep us in mind. But he said, I'm not ready to sell yet. I was just kind of interested. And I'm like, yeah, like it's, even if you want to like break it off into smaller chunks and slowly drip feed that out, that would probably be better for us. But I'm really glad that he asked us that as well, because now we're on his radar should he choose to sell things in the future, hopefully to us. And he knows that we're good for big bundle buys, and he was really happy, really sweet. And I'm just glad that we were able to get this collection off him. It's huge in terms of value, small in terms of size, so hopefully some easy listings. But I guess, yeah, I'm just really excited to see how quickly we can just make all of our money back on this. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Chuck us a like, chuck us a subscribe. We're slowly creeping to 1,000. I'm very, very excited about that. And I guess we'll just catch you on the next one. Bye.